On Monday, October 4th, Facebook and its companion services, Instagram and WhatsApp, disappeared from the internet for more than 5 hours.
Hundreds of millions of people around the world using some of the most popular social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, have been forced offline in a major global blackout.
During this time, roughly 3.5 billion users had to seek alternative ways to communicate with friends and family, to advertise to consumers, and perhaps most problematically, to be influenced by influencers. Facebook blamed the blackout on a botched maintenance attempt, and while a Google or Microsoft outage would have been more catastrophic, this blackout showed just how dependent the world has become on a company that is already under the gun. Critics and conspiracy theorists were quick to point out the suspicious timing of the blackout, which occurred just one day after a Facebook whistleblower revealed herself in a bombshell 60 Minutes interview. But the broader point, never has a small group of companies held such an expansive influence over humanity. And in this new digital territory, governments have little idea what to do. It's a reality that Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison grappled with earlier this year when Google threatened to stop making its search tool available down under in response to increased regulation.
You know, you can't have these platforms with a business model which is about being in the Wild West forever. The sheriff turns up eventually.
Will the sheriff turn up this time? Whether it's Australia or the United States, the EU or China, no government today has the toolbox to tinker with big tech, which is why I think it's time to start thinking of the biggest tech companies as bona fide digital nation states. No, I'm not saying you'll be pledging allegiance to the United States of Apple anytime soon, but they're writing our social contract 2.0 whether or not we know it. Wait, you say. There have been powerful companies before. Does anyone remember the East India Company? What about big oil? In its heyday, Exxon was a more important partner for many foreign countries than the US government. But all of these companies operated in physical space, meat space, as we like to say, where governments with guns ultimately hold sway. Big tech is different. It's creating an entirely new dimension of geopolitics in digital space, where the rules, at least as far as we can see and experience, are very different. And that's because big tech companies aren't just competing with governments to regulate how information moves around or whose accounts get banned for, I don't know, fomenting a coup against Congress. They're also designing the substance of digital space itself, right down to individual lines of code. And there's more. Big tech companies are increasingly providing basic security and cybersecurity and essential real-world goods and services. This influence will only grow as more of our daily lives, work, and the infrastructure that powers entirely cities and economies comes to rely on digital connectivity.